Yo, what is up guys? It's your boy GNHD here and welcome to another YouTube video. Alright, so it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. It is another investment slash sniping filter video for you boys. A lot of you guys have been coming in my streams, asking me what filter I'm using to get coins and asking me ways to make coins, and this is the method that I use. The guys who've been subbed on my channel, who follow me because of my methods, they always let me know when it works, when it doesn't work, so I know what to change in the future. And boy, do I have a lot of not really a huge a lot of filters, but I have a decent amount stocked up because I haven't shared a filter with you guys in over almost 3 weeks. And yeah, so I usually like to update my filters every week so they are fresh and brand new for you guys, and I do apologize. Some of these filters, they would have been cheaper if I had shared them earlier, but they're the filters that I use, but they would have been much cheaper if I share them earlier, and I just want to apologize to you guys for that. All right, so again, as you guys know, I don't like to waste your time and I don't like to waste mine. So without further ado, all right, that was the intro. We're gonna get right into the sniping filters, man. All right, so I'm just going to make myself a little bigger and then put myself on this side right here. Yeah, so for you guys who are new to my channel or new to sniping filters and don't know how they work or know how they are, I was just going over filters real quick, but I will share with you guys the filters that I use to make coins. You can also invest with these cards, and the only reason you want to invest with these cards is if you already have enough coins saved up and you just want to invest in these cards and wait for their market value to go up before you sell them. But basically what I do, it's a method. I don't know, it's just what I've been doing throughout the season. It's called buy sell. I really don't have a name for it, I just do it. I don't see a lot of people doing it. What I do see a lot of people doing though, is basically buying a bunch of elites, buying a bunch of golds, buying a bunch of silver. There's also phishing methods out there. You guys can also search those up on YouTube. Yeah, so what I do is buy sell. So I'll buy a card and then look for the cheapest value on the market, because there's the thing in this game. As you guys know, there's something called suggestive pricing. So sometimes this is where my filter comes in. The filters I use come in handy. Sometimes players sell the cards based on suggestive pricing. All right, so when the AI suggested you a price to sell your player for, sometimes that price is 200 to 300k cheaper than what the actual player pricing is. It's just so that the card can get sold on the market. So a lot of people do that. They will hit suggestive price and then just sell it because they want the card to go, and that's when my filters come in. So my filters, what they do is they take those cards that have been put on suggestive pricing, give them to you, and then you're able to buy those cards and then actually search for the player actual pricing. What I do is I look at the cheapest card on the market of that player, and then I sell 10k lower than the cheapest price so that I'm guaranteed a sale. And even if it doesn't sell, I keep relisting and then until it sells one of these days, because again, if something doesn't work, you have to keep going. All right, so without further ado, that's just a little bit of explanation for you guys. All right, without further ado, we're going to jump right into the first filter. I did write them down because I didn't want to forget about them. So yeah, we're gonna jump into the first one. So my first filter I have for you guys, all right, is the 80 overall for 120k. all right, so 80 overall for 120k. So if a lot of you were here for my first or second ever filter video, you will know we got a lot of elites below 50k. Like 80 overall elites, we got them below 50k. But the reason is everything is evolving now. There's SBCs, there's a lot of in these events, there's a little SBC to do, and then the money SBC. So things are getting a little bit expensive. So not only is it gonna be like this, but as you can see, when we hit search, right, there is a lot of players we don't want in here. All right, there's a lot of players we don't want in here, but as you can see, everything in here is sold, but there's a lot of things we don't want in here. So this is the key. All right, this is the key right here. So again, just go to your program, scroll down, go to program, click on everything but the new event. So you can click on all the events, but do not click on 4 season spring break, and then hit search. And there you go. So this is the first filter right here. I do have a filter for the spring break players as well, but this filter, there's no spring break players, because if you do put the spring break players in this filter, you're not making as much coins as possible. But again, you can make coins with investments, because again, none of these cards should be under 150k. So this is the first filter. As you can see, there's a Tierney, there's a Surlov, there's a Getson Fernandez, Mario Fernandez. They're all out here, man. Okay, so the most asked questions I get is, what do I do when I'm done sniping these cards? How do I sell them? What do you sell them for? I'll answer that question. So as you can see, let's say for example, we snipe the Tierney, right? Tierney is going for 114k. So what I would do when I snipe Tierney is go back on my market. All right, so when you're ready to sell the Tierney, you go back on the market, TIER. So TIER, I'm gonna search for his price. So there it is. So now I'm gonna do 150k. As you can see, there it is. All right, so the cheapest for him is 145k. So again, what you want to do is sell it 10k lower, so 135k minus market taxes. You're making like a minimum of 20k profit per card. All right, so I can say a 20k profit per card is basically what you're making on this Tierney. All right, some sniping cards, you know, generate more coins than others, but again, 20k per card is something you never had. So again, I do have higher filters, but this filter is just for the lower people who have less coins than others. But yeah, so that's what you do. So you want to search for the person, you want to search for the player card that you snipe, and then do 10k for the lowest card that they have. What I did was just put a random pricing. Like you can put a random pricing in here. Like if I did 150k because I wanted to see if there was a card around 150k. So yeah, the cheaper was 114k. So okay, so the next filter I have for you guys, it is going to be a 80 overall for 90k, and that is with the spring break players included. So with the spring break players included, what you're gonna see is mostly spring break players, but 86s, 88s, they're all popping up in here. 50k, 79, 80k. Once again, what you want to do after you snipe a player like Mikel, go on the market, search for his card, put any pricing you want, anything above 52k, so you can go 55. What I usually do is go 20k above what I snipe them for, just so I can see what the cheapest one is on the market. You still might not find one for, you know, for 52k. He might be going for 70 or 80k, or maybe even close to 100k. Maybe his cheapest is 90k. What you want to do, sell it for 80k. So there you go, more profit coming in. And as you do this over time, you're going to keep generating your profit, and you're going to be making coins over time. The more time you spend on the market, the more coins you're going to make. So if you spend 2 to 3 hours a day or something like that on the market, by the end of the week, you can see yourself making 4 to 5 mil by the end of the week. When I used to spend, I don't spend as much time on the market anymore, but when I do spend time on the market using these filters, it's 4 to 5 mil a week. I'm just letting you guys know. If you just continuously keep doing this, 4 to 5 mil in the week. Again, some people make more coins than that, but 4 to 5 mil a week can literally get you good upgrades on your teams. All right, so that is the second filter. Now the third filter I have for you guys, we're jumping straight to the 87s. All right, so from an 80 to an 87, so 87, the pricing 150k, once again with no spring break player this time. So you want to click on everything but the spring break players. Oh no, what have I done? I cleared all. Okay, so this is what you want to do. Click on all of them, even the icon. You really don't need to click on the icon one, but yeah, and then you hit search. So here we go. Now this is where things start getting interesting. So as you can see, there's a 88, 89, Dennis Quaresma, Gerson Fernandez is back, Aubameyang team of the week. So everyone has a different market that they're in. There's 3 different markets in FIFA Mobile, if you guys didn't know that. So your market pricing might be a little bit different than mine, but it should be somewhere around the same, but it might be a little different. So once again, after you snipe players like these, you want to search the player pricing find the cheapest one on the market. So if you snipe charisma for 128k, you can probably try to find another one for 150k. If there's none for 150k, do 160. If there's none for 160, do 170. And then when one pops up for 170, then you want to sell for 160. So you want to sell 10k lower than what the cheapest one on the market is. Same with the Aubameyang with any card. So all you have to do is just search up the card and find their market value. So yeah, this is the next filter. This is the other filter I have for you guys. Now moving on. So that's the one with no spring break players. Now this is the one with spring break players. Hold on. So I did the no spring break and spring break players just in case, because the spring break players will be a little bit harder to snipe because people again are using auto clickers. So yeah, so this is the one with the spring break players. So once again, you see that Mikel for 127k. Some of these cards in the previous filter you will find for cheaper. So like that Jinong Woo, he's 51k. You're never gonna snipe that if you have this Melie, if you have Mikel, if you have like a bunch of these cards in the filter. So that's why I put you see, as you can see, Jinong Woo also sold for 120k. So imagine if you're sniping for 51k and you selling for over 120k. Profit coming in, guys. So Jinong Woo was in the previous filter that I just shared with you guys, and now he is going for around 120k and he's still selling. So just search up their market values, and yeah, so this is the other filter with and without. So this is with the spring break players and the previous one was without the spring break players. So without the spring break players, so none of these spring break players would be on here. But yeah, now moving on to the big boy coins. This is where, you know, let's say you've been using the other filters and you've been sniping coins, you've made 4 mil, and you like, I want to move on to the next step, I want to make more coins. So this is what you do. So the 90 overall, so 90 overall for 450k. So price, what I did, it goes for 450k and hit search, and here we go, Pellegrini. All right, so this one you don't need to do a filter for it. You don't need to do any programming. It's just Pellegrini. So I'll search up this Pellegrini price. So let's say we snipe it for 391k. Some will be more expensive, so you might find some for like 450k or cheaper. So what you want to do, PELL search. So let's say we sniped the one for 391, right? So I go PELL 450, let's do 550. I'm going up 100k. There we go. So one sold for 469. So the cheapest one on the market will be 538k. Now for this one, I would probably recommend to sell it like 30k or cheaper, then, because it's a master. So you want to see, you can still do 10k or lower, but there's a chance that it won't sell and that you have to relist it. So you want to do 30k or lower. So if you're gonna snipe it for 391k, so maybe selling it for 508k or something like that would be the best choice to go by. So 30k or lower for the masters, and then 10k or lower for the elites. So yeah, imagine selling this card for even 500k. So going from 391 or 388 to 500k, you've made yourself literally almost 200k per profit per card. All right, so again, this is where the big boy money come in if you have the coins to do these filters. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next filter that I have for you guys. Hold on. So yeah, so what I said was 450k to 500k. So just in case you're not finding any, not just Pellegrini, just in case you're not finding any, so there we go again, right? So there's this filter is 2-in-1. It's 2-in-1. So Netherlands Niles is also in here for 468k. There's one for 474, 464. So these are a little bit more expensive than the 388, but they're still part of the filter. Again, you're still making it over 100k. That Netherlands Niles is probably going for around 550 or 5 something. I don't know, but you can just search up their pricing. So yeah, so 450k to get a little bit cheaper, and then 500k you know, to include other players of 90 overalls. So yeah, that is that filter. Again, I told you guys, I got you guys with the filters. We got like 2 more. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Again, if this video is a little bit long, I know I haven't done filters in a while, so I kind of want to take it slow at this point. So the next filter I have for you guys is worth 650k for a 92 overall. And what I did was, what you want to do, because before I show you, so 92k for 650k search, right? But we're seeing too many Oliveras. Look at Oliveira, there's too many of him on here. All right, we don't want this Oliveira in here. So what you do is go exclamation mark OLIV, just the first letter of his name, and bam, there we go. 96 Roger Nainggolan is a 96 overall for 645k. All right, that is very cheap. You can use him as XP, you can use him as an investment. This card will be a very good investment because it's a 96 for 645k, not even over a mil. Very cheap. So this is more of the investment, but also if you want to make coins, you can still sell this card right away. So what I'll do, you snipe this card, search up his name, maybe put 700k. If none pops up, 750, just to try and find the cheapest one on the market. All right, and then, well, yeah, that is this filter here. And then the next filter I have for you guys is still a 92 but 750k. Again, you want to not have this Oliveira in here. So 750k with this one. Again, there's only this Nigel Nainggolan on here in the video, but there's also sometimes a 93 Marcelo pops up, the center back, at the start of the video. As you guys saw, that's who I was looking up. His price increased a lot. About 3 or 4 days ago, he was going for like 450, 500k. So if I had shared these filters with you guys earlier, again, I do apologize. If I had shared it earlier, you guys were gonna be able to get these cards. But again, in my previous sniping filter video, there was a filter in there that still could have brought that Marcelo in if you were still using my filters. But I do apologize to the newer people who didn't know about these sniping filters. It was a chance for you guys to make coins, and I didn't share the filter in time. And again, I want to apologize because I did say I will update these filters once every week, so they're, you know, it's consistent. All right, but I will try and keep my words for it. So yeah, that is going to be all the filter I have for you guys. Again, if you guys do enjoy these sniping filter video, make sure to drop a like. If you are new, subscribe please. I am trying to hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Yeah, that's going to be the video, guys. Again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.